Good afternoon, evening. It's Thursday, not that it really matters. Today we're going to talk about your personal spending and how you have to be the master of your personal spending and you have to be the master of your own money in your life to be able to achieve your financial goals. This is one of those topics where, in theory, it's very simple, and just hearing it, everything will be straightforward. It's the practice that's difficult. You may ask, can I achieve my financial goals without taking control of my money? I don't see a lot of people in control of their money, and they seem to be doing just fine. And the honest answer is no, you cannot. We have run this experiment millions and millions and millions of times over the last 100 years. And the simple answer is, if you are not good with money, quote, good with money, what I really mean is take control. And you be the master making good decisions about your money instead of making uninformed decisions. If you let your money control you, we've run this experiment. It doesn't work. People don't achieve the financial goals that they have. Now you might say, you might look around and say, but I don't see people mastering their money. Everyone seems just fine. They're just going about their daily life. They haven't spent time learning, and they haven't spent the dedication, and they haven't spent the sacrifice to actually master their money, and they're doing just fine. Well, let me let you in on a little secret. They're not. There are tons of statistics you can look up. 40% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 60% of Americans retiring in 10 years say they don't have a look at a retirement fund. Look at every statistic. The average American is not doing fine with money. And the reason we don't see that is because a lot of it's hidden. A lot of it is hidden. You can look at friends, you can look at families, you can look at plenty of people, and you don't see that they're not mastering their money. You don't see if someone has a retirement account or not. You don't see if someone has an emergency fund or not. You don't see if someone has debt or not. And they won't talk about it with you too. People would rather talk about politics and death than bring up their own financial situations. So we live in a world where everything your eyes tell you is a lie. Just look at any gathering. More than 60% of those people are not financially stable. They can't absorb difficulties, they're not ready for their future, or they go to bed worrying about money. What you see that everything is fine is a lie. And that's something that's really tough to get over, especially when you're talking to people about this and trying to get them to see the importance of mastering their money. That, and it's hard. Getting the habits to master your money are hard. And the third thing is people ask, aren't there other ways? They hope and they dream for other ways. They dream for luck that maybe they don't have to go through the discipline of mastering their money and it's all just going to work out. It doesn't. And they think there's another way to do it. There isn't. You may become lucky and come into a lot of money and all your worries are gone. And even if you're hoping for that, let me tell you something. The numbers are in. People who come into a lot of money, if they don't have the skills to deal with that money, it goes away. So even people who luck has gotten rid of all their bad choices still face problems, and it's not guaranteed that they're able to manage that money. So I'm sorry. If you take this seriously about learning how to and managing your money and changing your spending habits, you're going to be the odd one. You're going to be doing what other people don't. It's not going to feel comfortable and it's not going to feel easy. And you're going to feel overwhelmed a lot of times. You're going to be asking, why am I doing this? And the answer is, you want to live and be different. Cut it. Going back. And the answer is, you want something above average. You want to achieve your goals. And while the vast majority of other Americans are not achieving their financial goals, you want to. If it were easy, everyone would have achieved it. If managing your money were easy, everybody would have achieved it. But it's not easy, And I'm sorry, they're called goals for a reason, because they are hard to achieve. If something's easy to achieve, we don't actually call it a goal. Oh, I woke up this morning. I didn't I brushed my teeth. That wasn't a goal. That was easy for me. I don't celebrate it. Now I get it. Some people have mini goals like that and they celebrate. Okay, the vast majority of us don't celebrate the little things that are easy. We don't consider them goals. To be a goal, it has to be hard. It has to require sacrifices. All I can say is I'm sorry. So if you're ready to proceed and you're ready to take on responsibility and you're ready to do what others don't, that's how you can achieve the goals. And I wish there was an easier way for you and for me, but there isn't. So let's delve right into the theory that we're running here of why personal spending is so important. The first theory is that goals can be achieved with money. We might have talked about this before. Okay, certain goals we have are directly money-based. Having an emergency fund to pay for emergencies is directly money-based. Having a retirement account so you can have income in retirement is directly money-based. So first off, having the money directly gives us the goals. And on the flip side, it looks similar, but it's not. The lack of money can keep you from your goals. That's not saying if you have money, you will immediately have the goal. This is a different category where if you don't have money, it becomes harder to obtain the goal. Like, for example, the studies have shown that unless you have a certain amount of money, the money directly influences happiness. So to be happy at a certain amount of money, if you don't have it, you are being kept from that goal. Now that does cut the whole thing out. Good. Now we're running on the claim in the theory that money is a tool. Okay, a lot of people look at money differently, and for some it's wrapped up in how they view the world. It's wrapped up in their selves and their self-esteem, and there's many different psychological ways to view money. One way to view it is that it is a tool. Now I tend to think that this is very useful because if money is a tool, then using it is a skill. And if using it is a skill, then I can get better at that skill. And when I'm very good at that skill, it becomes easier, it becomes a habit, it becomes something I can do without even thinking about. And if I'm very good at it, I can get good results. So there's a lot of pluses looking at money as a tool and using it as a skill. Now, to have money is a very, very simple equation. Your income has to be greater than your spending. And we usually look at this on a yearly basis or a monthly basis, and sometimes people look at it on a weekly basis. And it's very simple. If you make more than you spend, you will have extra money. Now that's not as easy as it sounds, because wise spending is a skill. Very few people can just do wise spending, and in fact, it's usually not in the US an income problem to people going paycheck to paycheck and not having money. It's usually a spending problem. Now, you do have to have a certain amount of income, and it does take skill to get a higher income, but we are focusing on the personal spending part of it right now. Wise spending is a skill. And then once you have the extra money, actually using that extra money is also a skill. So now that you have on a monthly basis a pool of money, correctly using it is a skill too to achieve your goals. And finally, we hinted on it earlier. It's going to take time to accumulate what you need. It's going to take patience. It's going to take determination and perseverance. It's going to take you personally educating yourself on what to do and how to do it. And it's going to take a mindset. Just getting to the I'm going to limit my spending mindset. The time needed, the patience, the determination, the perseverance, the education, all that goes into wise spending is unbelievable. So much so that over half of Americans don't even try. They don't even try. And that's why it's a goal.